So this morning I wanted to talk about something that we haven't had the opportunity to talk about quite yet. Um, and it does, of course, have to do with the conditions that are going on right now, which are obviously highly unusual. And, it seems like we've had a lot of those, doesn't it? Like we had the worst flood in 100 years. We've had worst storms, it's quite interesting. And probably not at all accidental, but who knows if we ever understand completely what's going on. But I thought what I would start with talking about this morning, is the things that we're finding useful and the things that we're finding not useful about the circumstances that we're in right now. Because both of those categories actually tell us a lot about ourselves. And I like to approach, challenging times from that perspective. Like, what is it precisely about the situation that I find myself enjoying, and which parts do I find that I'm not enjoying? And so the reason why I would suggest that we all kind of bring that into our awareness is because when we're in our most challenging times, especially in those times where we're kind of forced to be more alone or more isolated in theory, than average, that's the times where certain things will definitely come up. And, maybe you're also in your house with your family at present, and that's bringing up certain issues, things to clean up, things that could potentially be done better. But I'm thinking that it would be a great idea if we can start to really use these challenging times, now that we're kind of, I think, a little bit calmed down from the shock of it, to really reframe what is it that this is telling you about yourself. So as an example, perhaps it's very normal for you to have a busy and very down to the minute routine about how you get up and head someplace and do what you need to do. I think a lot of the time in Western culture, we are very attached to our routines and our busyness, our doingness. And sometimes the most efficient people amongst us actually tend to have that already as a stress pattern. So we tend to be hectic, or we tend to power through things or persevere in the face of a challenge. And in this particular circumstance, where we're now faced with not really having that many actions potentially to do, that's bringing up a lot of issues for people. There's also, I think, the interpersonal boundary issues that are going to come up at this time, especially with close family members who absolutely know your buttons and know how to push them to get what it is that they want from you, and vice versa. We all learn these unspoken rules about how to relate to each other. So those pieces are coming in for people right now. Also, pieces around trusting that everything is going to be okay. There's a number of people that also seem to be really struggling with how, good things are happening or bad things are happening to good people, which is an interesting viewpoint, which is not an uncommon viewpoint. We have this, again, culturally a lot, that bad things shouldn't happen to good people or people with good motivations. But all of us are being stretched and challenged, and certainly even by the big picture. There's a certain subset of people who are big picture thinkers. They really see things in context in a way that people maybe around them don't. And that can be challenging in these times as well, because we're not having those conversations in the media about what's the greater meaning of this really. It's very like minute to minute busyness. How many cases do we have right now? How many deaths do we have right now? As opposed to what is the bigger picture of what's being created here, what's being asked of us here. And, we've already talked about how we're bringing in a lot of different integrated energies through our bodies into our awareness. We're thinking with our heads and sensing that the nervous system, we're feeling with our chests and hearts, and we're willing and doing with our metabolism and limb system. And those things are all being unified when we use that kind of unity breath to meet those forces, both inside of yourself and outside of yourself in your heart. We're really engaging all those forces. So if there are questions that have come up for you about like what works and what doesn't work in life as a consequence of this, this is a wonderful time to really contemplate those issues. Maybe you are too busy. Maybe you aren't really trusting that things are going to work out. Maybe you really have a deep desire to understand what the big picture is here. I personally want to give you the picture also of how the human exists on this planet as really a mediator between all those heavenly forces and all those earthly forces. And we're like literally right at the surface, the anchor between those two worlds. And I had this beautiful email come to me the other day. It was an Anthroposophic Society. I think it was just like a newsletters. And they had the most beautiful story. It was like a Hopi story that was when God decided to hide something from humans, or the creator wanted to hide something from humans until they were ready for it. And that piece of information that he wanted to hide was the realization that they create their own reality. So this is actually a creation story from the Hopi Nation. And then the eagle said, "Give it to me and I'll take it to the moon." And the creator said, "No, one day they'll go there and find it." The salmon said, "I'll bury it on the bottom of the ocean." And the creator said, "No, they'll go there too." And the buffalo said, "I'll bury it on the Great Plains." And the creator said, "They will cut into the skin of the earth and find it even there." And grandmother, who lives in the breast of Mother Earth and who has no physical eyes but sees with spiritual eyes, said, "Put it inside of them." And the creator said, "It is done." And of course, that is the puzzle of humanity, is figuring out that all of that creative power and all of that centering is literally within you. It's the biggest mystery and the hardest one to really grasp in a way that makes it absolutely beautiful and useful for our life. So, on the quest to find that thing inside of you that is hidden, let's start our morning meditation. I think I will start with the unity breath, and then we're going to do something a little bit different in guidance, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along. Pretty sure you all will. You got now how many days to practice? This is 6th day, so you have at least 5 days to practice, most people. So we're just going to start our breathing. So again, we're going to do a 5-second in-breath and a 5-second out-breath. For those of you who maybe are new today, that's a kind of breathing from HeartMath, which helps us to create beautiful sine wave heart rate variability rhythm, which is a very highly coherent field that helps to calm the lower centers of the brain and keep your attention present and clear in your feeling space. And so the trick to it is just breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, and out for 2, 3, 4, 5. And in 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. Ready to keep your hand on your chest to keep yourself focused. And out. So keep your awareness right in the center of your chest and in. And out. And in. And out. Continuing to feel your feet on the floor, and your awareness in your chest, with the rhythm of 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. And now that we have that rhythm, once again, let your attention shift to the place on earth you feel is the most beautiful in the world. It could be anywhere. A mountain, a lake, the edge of the desert, a beach. Whatever you perceive as beautiful. See all the detail in it if you can, from the largest vista to the smallest plant or rock. Feel the wind or the quality of the air as it moves around you. See the animal world of that scene. Down through clear water. Begin to feel love for this place and for all of nature. Continue to grow into this space of love with nature until your heart is beating with the warmth of your love. When the time feels right, send that love, gratitude, and appreciation to the center of the earth using your intention so that Mother Earth can directly feel the love you have for her. You can place your love into a small sphere to contain it and send it to the Mother if you wish. It's your intention that's important. Then wait, as though a child. Wait until she sends her love back to you. You can feel it. As her love enters your body, open completely. Allow it to move anywhere through your body. Let it enter all of your cells. Let it move through your light body. Let it move wherever it wishes to move. Feel this beautiful love your mother has surrounded you with. Remain in this union with Mother Earth until it feels complete. Just keep with the breathing. And then turn your attention to the sky above you. The Divine Father, while holding and not breaking the union with your mother. Look to your Heavenly Father, the rest of creation beyond the earth. Place your attention on the night sky. See the Milky Way as it meanders across the heavens. Watch the planets and the moons swirl around you and the earth. Feel the sun hidden beneath the earth, realizing the incredible depth of space. Feel the love you have for the Father. For the Divine Father is the Spirit of all creation, except the Divine Mother. And when this love becomes so great it just can't stay inside you any longer, let it move into the heavens with your intention. You can send it into the heavens in a small sphere if you wish. You can also send it to the Unity Consciousness Grid around the earth if you know what that is. And if you don't know, don't worry. Just send your love to the sun. The sun's connected to all other suns or stars and eventually to all life everywhere. The Hopi, the story that I just told you, is from the Hopi. Send their love to the great central sun. The intent is for your love to reach all life everywhere. And once your love has been sent to the heavens, again, wait. Wait for the Father to send the ball back to you, and of course, He will always do so. And just like with a mother's love, when you feel the love of the Divine Father into your being, let it move anywhere it wants to. Let it enter all of your cells, move through your light body, wherever it wishes to move. At this moment, something that rarely happens is manifesting. The Holy Trinity is alive on earth. The energy of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father are joined with you in pure love, and you, the Divine Child, complete the triangle. How that energy of a big figure 8 with you at the center crossing point on the surface of the earth. Feel how you are the heart of this system. Keeping centered in your heart. See, sense, or feel in front of you a staircase. It is wide. It has about 20 steps. It is smooth, sand-colored stone. Behind us is a doorway to a cool temple. In front of us, at the bottom of the stairs, columns to either side, is a square pool of clear, placid water. It is very large and is surrounded by a sandy gravel pathway. Each edge to the pathway you can see has a small stone wall, as does the edge of the pool in front of you. Feel, see, or sense yourself moving down the staircase. All 26 of us. Perhaps you choose to walk to the left side. Perhaps you choose to walk to the right. Each of you in your own time finds a place at the edge of the pool. Surrounding the pool. Above us, there is a brilliant blue sky. It's warm, but you feel the air move around your body. You become aware that outside the gravel path, over the edge of the wall, we are high up on a mountaintop. Vast space around us, a valley surrounding this entire peak, and at the edges of the valley, mountains. We are here suspended together by the edge of this beautiful pool in the bright sunshine. See, sense, or feel the others of the group around the pool. Feel your hearts connected. If there are any cares or worries that you brought today, pull them out of your energy field, wrap them up into a little parcel. Place them into the water of the pool in front of you. Watch as the beautiful water surrounds what you've given it. And in beautiful flashes of light, transforms it. Dissolving it all away. is so clear and pure and cool, and reflects the sky above it. If you desire it, you may step into the pool. It's a wonderful, enveloping temperature. You don't feel it at all. You find yourself effortlessly swimming through the clear water. Feeling as though everything, every tension just melts away. And come up out of the pool again. You can feel the stair under the water that leads you up and out of the pool. You feel refreshed. These beautiful, fine clothes of light surrounding you. Each and every one of us comes back up out of the pool, back up the sandy stairs, and now we'll enter the cool stone room. In this room, there are stone daises, a kind of rectangular table. There's one for each of us. Make your way to yours. Even though you think they'd be hard to sit or lie on, they are not. Very comfortable. You can sit or stand or lay, whatever you feel compelled to do. Space, you feel cleansing energies passing through you and over you, building energies, anchored in your heart. Perhaps you feel the gentle touch of a healer. You just rest. This is my inner sanctum of the heart. I have invited you here. As I always do, to anyone that seeks my help, you may also build an inner sanctum like this in your inner space of the heart. Where you can rest, receive healing, and feel the profound connection between you and all that lives. From your place in the temple, slowly come back to the room, feeling calm, peaceful, refreshed. Feel your feet on the floor. And the breath. When the moment feels right. Come back to your awareness. Just sit and listen to today's poem. The poem today is by Arlene Swanson, and it's out of Prayers for Healing. Godness, you who created our bodies and our minds, we come to you now, trusting your healing presence. It's you who fashioned our organs, bones, tissues, and cells to work together in harmony for eternal purpose. There is no disorder in you, and your pattern for us is perfect. Yet in this world, dis-ease disrupts your will. We confess we have misused the earth, and this misuse impacts our bodies. We confess we misuse our emotions, minds, and spirits, and this misuse brings pain and disruption to our lives. Forgive us now for our wrongful use of the gifts. Restore us by love to full harmony with the perfect plan. We know dis-ease is not your will for us. Your love is unconditional, yet pain is our teacher. Open us to listen, that we may again align ourselves with you. Where we are unable to restore the earth to its perfection, when we are unable to root out the mistakes of our body and mind, nevertheless be kind to us. Count our fumbling efforts as sufficient. Restore us now to full health, according to thy desire for us. Bring harmony to our lives, to body, mind, and spirit. We thank you now, trusting your love to bring our healing. Okay. So remember, you create the world you dream of with every choice you make. It's time to set off into the world this morning and bring that energy of deep peace and healing to yourself and to the people that surround you. I adore you all. Have a great day.